Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Marchetti. Website on the top here is usgamesinc.com. Feel free to check that out if you want to. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Lucy's down here at the bottom if you need to know how to spell that. Illustrated by Jesse Reish, and there's a website at the bottom, hayhouse.com. Feel free to check that out if you want to. Just freeze frame if you need to, of course, to get that information if you want it. If you want it. What's pushing? There's like a couple cards. What's up with that? Cards just pushing out of the deck. Even if it doesn't work, I'm going to make it work. I feel like that's where we're starting. Even if it doesn't work, I'm going to... Ooh, the success card. Prosperity. What else do we got going on here? Okay. I want those two cards. I want to see what those are so bad, but I'm going to wait for a second. I'm holding it together. I just feel like people don't get Scorpio. I feel like most of the time they just don't understand Scorpio. You have amazing self-control when you've decided that's appropriate. When you've decided that's what you're going to do. When I say appropriate is subjective to your opinion. If you feel like it's better to say something whether other people are like it or not, then you're going to say it. That's just how that goes. You don't let other people tell you the rules. You have decided your rules and you live by those rules. Sometimes people don't get that. Sometimes people don't like that. Some people don't realize that. You know how to do what you need to do, and you do it accordingly to what you want. Very strong. That's why you got the strength card here. Very strong. Yeah, you can be random, but who cares? You get what you need done, and things always work out, so what's the problem? Protection is here. You look out for what needs to get done. I feel like that's where I'm going with this energy with you first. You have responsibilities. You take those responsibilities seriously. You'll get it done. May not be in somebody else's order, may not be done the way they want it to be done, but it's going to be done correctly. It'll still get done right. It'll get done when you're ready, and it'll work. Because somebody else doesn't like the way you did it or when you did it, that's their problem. If you're happy with when you did it and how you did it, that's what matters. And I just feel like it works out in your favor in the long run. Okay, so there's somebody else here. I think they're getting bent out of shape because you are succeeding, and they don't like how you're doing it. The way you do things, they don't like it. They want more control. There's certain signs that you just don't control. I would say the four... Are they called the fixed? My brain just went dead. I want to say they're fixed. You're one of the... You, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus... Yeah, not even Taurus. Taurus can be kind of... They'll think about it, but it's still no. But I feel like Taurus can be a little bit calmer with the information, but the other three, you and the other two, Leo and Aquarius, you're just not going to have it. You're just like, you're not going to control me. I'm not even going to pretend like you will. They can't control you, but success happens every time you do what needs to get done. They don't like that. They want to it's almost like they want to trip you up so they can say, oh, you were wrong, Scorpio, and if you did it the way I told you to, but it's not working out that way. You're doing it the way you want to. They don't like that, but it's succeeding anyway, and it's bending them out of shape. Are they going to get over it, just out of argument's sake? I know it's not likely, but are they going to get over it? I got the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Swords. They really feel like you just got luck on your side. Well, I mean, you are very fortunate, and luck does seem to favor you, in my opinion, from what I'm feeling here when it comes to this type of thing. But you don't accept defeat. That's the thing. Even if it seems like it failed, you're like, well, I'm still going to salvage what I can. And by salvaging what you can, you still make a success out of it. Like, you just don't give up. Again, even if it doesn't work out, it's kind of like, a cake falls on the floor. That's okay. We still have ice cream. We're going to have, I'll do something with that ice cream. At least we didn't frost the cake yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these couple boxes of ice cream, I'm going to cut them up, I'm going to frost them instead, and I'm going to be like, oh, ice cream cake, that's what we did. And I'm just going to play it off like that's how it was supposed to be, and we're all happy, and who the hell cares? Moving on. You just don't give up. That's the thing. Again, cake falls on the floor. You're like, well, it did. It's ruined. That's okay. 2 boxes of ice cream. Let me cut these up, make it look like a cake, frost it. Look, happy birthday still happening. Moving on. Isn't that great? And everybody remembers the success. They're like, that was an awesome ice cream cake, Scorpio. And you're like, yes, I know. And you just keep going. You don't center on what failed. You centered on what succeeded. And that's why everything seems like a success. You have a very good positive attitude when it comes to that. Even if you're not happy with the outcome yourself, you just focus on what went right. It just seems like when I'm dealing with other people, I don't let them hold it against me. I'm not here for that. And whoever's trying to hold things back or try to make you look like whatever, they don't like the way you do things, and they're trying to like point out fault so that you have to do it their way, and it's just not working that way. The Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Swords. Whoever this is, if you didn't know by now, maybe it's time to know that they're never going to mesh with you. I feel like connecting with you is very high anxiety for them. So knowing that, especially if this is a work thing, this connection with this person, it does seem to have a shelf life. So one of you is going to have to go at some point. I don't know where that's going because it feels kind of ominous in the sense of like, I don't know if I like hearing that. This other person's under a lot of stress. There's only so long this is going to last before they crack, and then something's going to happen. I feel like you're heading for a blow up with this person. I don't feel like you're going to lose it. I think they're going to lose it, and you're going to defend yourself, and it's going to get messy from there on out. I don't see that happening soon. I don't see it happening soon, but I feel like they're trying to give you a heads up about this person. Like, this does have a timer. Because they're trying to work it out, but they don't get it. This card is interesting in this deck, the Imagination card. Sometimes it feels like a good card, sometimes it doesn't. They're imagining dark things, stress. They got the Nine of Swords, they got the Seven of Swords, they got the Three of Swords. All these cards are telling me they're not imagining good things. Whatever they're thinking this is just a moment. Any moment, at some moment, it will fail, and it's going to be catastrophous. Catastrophous? Something like that. I get very panicked with their energy. Their energy is very panicked. It's not about believing in you. It's about they do things in a certain way, and that's not your thing. They like to either they like to lead and you're not going for it, or they like some type of system that you're just not fitting into. Whatever it is, it's not going to match for you this way. If this is a job situation, evaluate where you and that person is, and if you have the power to change that, move the control around a little bit, I advise you start looking at that now. Whether it's finding them an opportunity and kind of going, hey, you could go for that. Or either you need to find another opportunity before this becomes a problem, because I feel like once this clashes, it doesn't get easier. It gets more difficult. I know you can overcome those difficulties, but I don't feel like you really want those difficulties. Everything on their side, like, because I'm getting the Moon card with the Four of Cups, they just don't get you. They don't get it. It's weird because the Moon card is actually compatible with Scorpio, right? But for this one of the interpretations of the Moon card is having the fear of something you can't see. Looking at that shadow in the middle of the night and feeling like it's a monster coming to get you, or a wolf, or a bear, or whatever you want to call it. And it's not there, but to them it's always lurking around the corner, and they just can't get out of that fear mode. That's one of the things with the Moon. Sometimes it's being driven by fear and not liking it, not wanting it. Sooner or later, they're going to buck the system, and it's going to be an issue. Here's the two face-down cards. Queen of Swords and the Five of Cups. Are you or somebody... I think that's you. Hold on. Scorpio's not usually shy, in my opinion. But all Scorpios are different. I know that. You got different ways of expressing yourself. You guys aren't usually shy. The Moon card, the Five of Cups. Five of Cups twice. So the Five of Cups is in the card, and it came out in the dice. Plus the Moon card again. If you try to talk to these things, or try to like explain the mystery of who you are to them, I don't feel like that's lucrative. I don't feel like that's productive. I feel like if you try to explain how you do things, it becomes like a challenge for them. Like, it's almost like they're trying to write down rules for you based on what you're telling them, and that's not how you work. Be careful of explaining too much to this person. They're operating from a place of fear, and they want control. No matter how articulate you are, there's a difference between saying what you mean and them hearing what they want to hear. So it's like if you say 5 sentences and they're picking out certain key words from each of these sentences and adding them together for the way they want to hear it, doesn't matter what you said, they're constructing this whole narrative about what you said based on what they wanted to hear, not based on what you actually meant or actually were saying. Like, you put these 5 sentences together, you say what you mean, it's very clear, but they hear it in pieces and they just hear key words and what they want to hear. Be careful with communication with this person. If you're going to communicate with this person, make sure at least there's somebody else reliable who can back up what you actually said versus what they heard. If you're communicating through written means, email, text, anything like that, make sure you're very careful what you say and keep it succinct and to the point. And yeah, just keep it very simple and to where, you can just back up what you said versus what they think you said. Because I feel like communication could be a problem with this one. I feel like they're warning you with that. They hear what they're looking for, not what you're saying. Again, 5 sentences, right? You say these 5 sentences, they're picking out these words, not purposely even. That's the weird part. Because they're running in that fear mode. The Nine of Swords was out there in the dice. So when they hear like glass breaking, shatters, something shatters, glass shatters and breaks, you may have said something to where like, whenever the glass breaks, it's an old glass anyway, it was already broken and I was just cleaning up what was already broken. It had shattered way before I was there. All they're hearing is you broke the glass and it shattered. There was glass, it broke, it shattered, and you were a part of that. They're not putting it together like you're just cleaning up a mess that was already there. They're reconstructing it in their mind that you broke the glass and it shattered the more you dealt with it. I hope this makes sense, because they're hearing, I don't feel like they're purposely trying to do that. It's the fear mode driving them. You do have success in the long run with this. You do have success. But I feel like they're saying you got to be in the proper place for this, for you to have that success. You will be happy in the long run. Seeing this person for who they are and how they actually match up with you puts you in a different mindset and it moves things forward accordingly. You'll change things. I do see prosperity coming for you. You have to deal with the problem first before you can get that prosperity. It will get better. But I feel like first I have to address this person for how they really do see me. And then once I do that, then I have to sort this out accordingly. Once you understand how they're seeing you, I feel like that changes the whole ball game for you, and you change how you handle this person altogether. And then changes happen, then your prosperity comes in. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.